Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new review concerning the AMX 30B, and before jumping into the review I want to remind you that there are containers collection in the shop. It's definitely not worth it gambling, so you shouldn't spend your money on it. Now let's go back to the French tier 10 medium collectible tank. What do you need to know? Let's first talk about the gun. I love the gun for its accuracy. The gun dispersion is amazing and the aim time as well. The main problem with the 30B is probably the DPM, because even if you still have a nice one, I mean 2.8k DPM is definitely not bad, it's among the worst at tier 10 over all the mediums. That's the main problem of this tank. But if that's the only problem, you can deal with a bad DPM at tier 10, as long as you know what you're doing. For the average penetration, I have really good values of penetration because I'm using the right equipments. If you don't use them, you will not have them, and you will really struggle penetrating with heat shells because you have around 300. Here I have 325 because I'm using calibrated shell, but if you don't, you are really gonna struggle. But we're gonna talk about the equipments after. For the turret, pretty good turret, pretty well armored with a really good turret rate. Same for the hull, because your hull turn rate is just amazing as well. And the mobility, a really good one, typical to French tanks. I mean, you go fast, backward, frontward, you shouldn't struggle too much to find an aggressive position at the beginning of the game. Now, maybe for the equipments, before going further into the armor, I'm using calibrated shell, as I told you, because if you don't, you're really gonna struggle penetrating. Look at this. You have 325 when you use them, and if you don't, you will have around 295 millimeters, which is definitely not enough for you to go through most people armor. Tank's armor, sorry. So definitely a go-to in my opinion. After, I go for the enhanced gun laying drive to reduce my aim time as much as possible, and I should go for the vertical stabilizer or the refined gun. I mean, you could pretty much go for both of them. The cool thing about the vertical stabilizer is that when you are actually driving, you are going to gain accuracy, but this one is better if you're in an hold down position while shooting with your tank. But most of the time you should go for the vertical stabilizer. That's the best one here. After, I go for the defense system because I'm not going to ram anybody. The improved assembly, because you don't have that much armor. I want to remind you that you're a French tank, and the only part which is actually armored is your gun mantlet, which is a small part of the tank, so don't try it and just go for improved assembly. After, I go for the toolbox because enhanced track is worthless. Improved optics because I'm not a tank destroyer, I'm a medium, I need to spot, so I need to improve my view range. Engine accelerator because my mobility is great, so why not make it even greater. And finally, I could go for high-end consumable or consumable delivery system. It's up to you, really. It's all depending on your playstyle. I would rather go for the high-end consumable in my opinion, because with mediums I always play with this one, but consumable delivery system works pretty well on the 30B as well. Concerning the armor profile of the tank, the only part that is actually armored is the gun mantlet, where nobody will actually penetrate you, so every time they shoot here, it's gonna be an auto bounce. Even if they are playing with gold shells, tank destroyers, etc., will not go through. And for the rest, it's literally paper. That's why you need to be careful when you're playing this tank, because you still have turret cheeks that are penetrable by most tanks, if not all the tanks at tier 9 and tier 10, with that big ass cupola as well, which is gonna be a nightmare for you. The good thing about the cupola, at least in my opinion, is that you have to shoot between this spot and this spot if you want to penetrate. If you shoot here, it's gonna be counted as a ricochet, and therefore it's not gonna do any damage. Probably maybe destroying your view range, but it's not something to really worry about, you know. So that's why the playstyle of the tank is gonna be really oriented into doing some peekaboo stuff, because you have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is enough for you to work on ridge line and hide also your cupola, which makes it actually not so much of a weak spot as long as you stay like this with your 10 degrees of gun depression. But also you need to peekaboo, because if you stay in front of your opponent in hold down, they can just aim at your side here and they will penetrate. Be aware of that. That's why with this tank, you go out of your position, you sneak a shot, and you go back to a safe place where nobody can actually shoot you. For the rest of the tank, it's pretty easy to penetrate. I think even with HE shells on the side, it's simple to penetrate, and for the rear, it's the exact same. As I told you previously concerning the playstyle, all you gotta do is being in an all down position from which you can show only your gun mantlet. Of course, if you can do that using your 10 degrees of gun depression, it's better because you will actually be able to artificially hide your cupola, as I told you in Armor Inspect during the Armor Inspect section of this video. Here in New Bay, there are several spots we can take actually, so it's not over for us. It's good, it's good. We're good. We're going to try to play it on the medium side if my team wants to, but they they don't want to reap. And do they? No. No. They go in the town. Okay. I'm trying to. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to go in the town because even if we're in the town, there are still around the trees here in the park. Putain de 268. There are a lot of stuffs going on, and we can hide using our gun depression and all that stuff. I should have been here with the Foch shooting at the other Foch, but of course the 268 blocked me. Thanks a lot, I really appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. First shot, hiding. Okay, the i8 is dealing with the Foch, and now I have my position. I saw the 100 shot, so here you see the calibrated shell that are working. I'm trying to use the peekaboo technique there because, as you can see from the position I took, I'm showing only my turret, and I'm still finding a position from which I can hide my cupola. That's really important. Okay, nice. They're gonna get wrecked. It seems like none of them actually went on this side, and the rest of their team are splitted. Yeah, they do. Nice. Alright, alright. Now we have to deal with the Foch. We sneak a shot, taking one in the process, but hey, that's the price to pay if you want to focus the enemies. Here we go. Let's try to sneak a shot on the Progetto. We missed. Alright, you know what? We took our little position, and now there is the Yak Tiger. He's alone. He's probably weak. The Leo has the same idea as I do. So let's jump into that Yak Tiger and destroy him. We're gonna pop some adrenaline while doing it. This way it's gonna be easier. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's try to track the Yag. It's important so the Leo doesn't die. Here we go. 2. I'm gonna kill the guy. Of course, I had to do a low roll. Nice. I love when the RNG is not with me. Boom. Okay, good. There's the T62A. Leo is not gonna go in, so I'm gonna kill him. Let's go. Here we go. Missed, but it's not a problem, as we could literally just ram the boy. Okay, sneaking a shot on the Progetto as well. We are now in a 2 versus 3 situation, but they can still win. I mean, they have mediums that are fully with a lot of HPs. I got a cross, unfortunately for me. Of course, I had to miss and take those 2 shots. I had to come back to my 268 in Shiften, because if I didn't, that would have been a nightmare. So now they are locked on their position here, and as they are locked, we can find an all down position. Look at this. We're gonna use our 10 degrees of gun depression, and boom, here we go. Ah, purée. Of course, I had to bounce. I really need to work on my aim though. Okay, we killed the Progetto in the process. We're in a 2 versus 1 situation. Now we are not anymore. Sneaking a shot on the 30B. Is he gonna try something on me? I have the advantage. Woo! Perfect. That worked. 10 degrees of gun depression, baby. All down is the key to the victory. Nice. We ended up with 4 kills and 4k damage. That was a pretty good first game, doing a first class and stuff. I'm gonna go for another game, as here I didn't show you too much how to play your 30B in all down, because sometimes you can't do the regular and traditional playstyle the people tend to the game is supposed to give you. So we're gonna go for another one, hoping to get a good one as well. Let's see if we can have maybe an open field or something like that. Could be interesting with the 30B for me to show you, so I could show you the all down and peekaboo technique combined. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, RNG. God bless you. Wargaming gods heard me. Alright, so here, first thing to do, let's check what the team are composed of. As you can see, they have a lot of mediums. We have a Bachat, STB-T62A, AMX 5120. I know it's not a medium, but it counts as one because the playstyle is similar to mediums. Alright, so we have a lot of stuffs. Their STB know how to play because he's in APA, which is a really good Polish clan. If I remember correctly, they are competing for the Twister Cup. So let's see what we can do. Hope to get a good game. That would be perfect to finish my review. Don't bully me, bad chat, please. Alright, so yeah, I was expecting that. Lucky for me, the STB did not manage to go through. That was a really lucky RNG from my YouTuber RNG, as always. Don't forget, guys. Do I have support? I do. If I have support, a cool thing to do would be to try to go around here and probably sneak some shots on the bad chat. The problem is, by doing that, they probably have the WZ113 GFT camping around here. If the bad chat is alone, that's perfect for us. But if he's not... Alright, so here we are trying to take a sneaky position. There is the WZ. Here we go. Maybe an HE. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna reload before the WZ, I think. Alright, perfect. Here what I love is that I'm gonna show you the hold down technique with this tank. That's gonna be amazing. Alright, perfect. WZ, do the mistake, please. Nice, he did. Problem is, he has an amazing aim time. We know the WZ is known for that, so even if I'm still in hold down, he can probably fuck me up in the cupola. But we're gonna see. Let's try to... Nah, he goes away. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna focus the T62A here in the ass. I can't rip. Perfect. That's perfect. Look at this. How I'm staying in all down. That's all you gotta do. That's literally all there is to do with this tank. Now, of course, there is the bad chat that had to do that. Why? We will never know. Why did you do that, bad chat? People are stupid sometimes. Okay, good. We sneaked a lot of shells. Now, let's go. 10 degrees of wind depression. That is not enough. Okay. T62A missed us. We stay in all down, guys. Always all down. We gotta focus on the bad chat. No, we don't have to focus on the bad chat anymore. Okay, perfect. Here you see I stayed in all down. I got pushed several times, but that's the price to pay when you are a tank that don't have any more armor on the other parts. Perfect. 3k damage, not the best game as we had a really good team, but I showed you the all down technique and the peekaboo. That's all I wanted to show you. So pretty much now you should have the keys to play this tank correctly. I want to remind you that it's an amazing tank, but definitely not for new players. You should be at least a good player to be able to do great things with the 30B, but once you master it, it's truly a tank that is worth it. I hope you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And I'm gonna see you soon for a new video, probably a top 5, maybe a stream. Who knows? We will see. See ya, guys.